Lord Brahma, to be equal or to be independent of the name of Lord Vishnu. Third, to disobey the order of the spiritual master. Four, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. 6, to give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activity karma kanda. 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10, to not to have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Wishing all of you a happy Ekadasi. May I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Canada, Edmonton, wishing everyone a happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session every single day. Welcome to the call. Happy Ekadasi to everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru Andaranga and all the assembled devotees. Yes, this is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago. Happy Ekadashi to everyone, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Yashumati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every single day and giving your session. Welcome to the call, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, Yoga Vishila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devdas from Lahore.
Hare Krishna, Kumari Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all of the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Ekaradika Leela Devi Dasi in Iowa.
Hare Krishna, Ekaradika Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your session and beautiful chanting. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna.
Hi Krishna Mataji, Dhanavat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining early morning, mid-morning calls, giving your session. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to all the assembled devotees on the call. This is Harita from Missouri City, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Harita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, early morning and mid-morning calls, giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj. All glories to Assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi from Detroit and happy Ekadasi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Okay. I will read the introduction of Mataji or else shall I wait? Okay, let me chant for 2 minutes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
And
Krishna.
as a quick announcement, being today Ekadasi, if time permits, we can read at the end of the call, we can read the Ekadasi Mahatya. because it's Sunday. I know everybody is busy. Sometimes no one is joining for Ekadasi chanting. So we can do that at the end if time permits. Yeah, Mataji is there on the call. We will start the recording here. Hare Krishna Sita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Quickly, I want to introduce you, Mataji, and then I will hand over you the call. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to the Sangha conference call. Today, we are very fortunate to have Her Grace Sita Priya Mataji. Sita Mataji. 1 second, I will do the brief introduction of Mataji. I have here saved it. Okay. Her Grace Sita Mataji is a doctor by profession. This one didn't save for itself. Okay. 1 second. She's a dental doctor. 1 second. There is some error in technical error. 1 second. Okay. Hare Krishna. This is a brief introduction about Her Grace Sita Mataji. She is a qualified dental doctor by profession, and she is working for the women and youth empowerment. She started the Bhakti Vedanta Hospital Youth Foundation, under which she conducts the AIDS awareness and counseling program for the youth based on cultural and traditional value system of India for the decade starting 2006 to 2016, impacted almost 50,000 youth. She initiated other programs such as anti-plastic campaigns and tree plantation drives, engaging youth from 50 schools and colleges in Mumbai. Spiritually, she is a sincere practitioner of Bhakti Yoga since the past 25 years. She presently heads the women empowerment and skill development programs for the rural women at Radhanath Swami's Eco Village outside of Mumbai. This program assists local women with the respect to various aspects such as spiritual health, poverty, food security, and make them a livelihood through the skills such as stitchings, painting, handcrafts, and food production. As a trained dentist, she gives a free treatments and awareness talks in the villages about general health and hygienic. She conducts workshops and seminars and conducts the counselings and physiotherapy, especially for women issues. She has practiced in participated in many conferences and seminars such as next year's conference and other conferences. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your valuable association after a long time. Again, I am seeing you on the call. Thank you, Mataji, for coming. I now hand over the call. Today's verse is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, 3rd chapter, 37 and 38 verse. Over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. So, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, can I chant the verse, the shloka?
Yes, Mataji. I will quickly share the verse here on the screen. Yes, Mataji.
We are reading today from Canto 7, Chapter 3, text 37 and 38. व्यासुभिर्वासुमद्भिर्वा सुरासुरा महोरगै अप्रतिद्वन्द्वतां युद्धे ऐकापत्यं च देहिनाम् सर्वेषां लोकपालानां महिमानां यथात्मना तपो योगा प्रभावानां यान्नरिष्यति कर्हिचित्. Once more. व्यासुभिर्वासुमद्भिर्वा सुरासुरा महोरगै अप्रतिद्वन्द्वतां युद्धे ऐकपत्यां च देहिनाम् सर्वेषां लोकपालानां महिमानां यथात्मनः तपो योगा प्रभावानां यन्नारिष्यति कर्हिचित्. Any one of you would like to try?
Yes, Mataji. Vyasuvid Vasuma Nirva Sa Sura Sura Mahoragai Apratitvan Dvatam Yude Aikapatyam Tadehinam Sarvesham Lokapalanam Mahimanam Yatat Manaha Tapo Yoga Pravaiva Nam Jannarisyati Kar Ihchit.
Thank you, Mataji. We will read the word by word. Vyasubhi, by things that have no life. Va, or. Asumatbhi, by entities that have life. Va, or. Sura, by the demigods. Asura, the demons. Maha Urgai, by the great serpents who live in the lower planets. Aprati Dvandvatam, without a rival. Yuddhe, in battle. Aikapatyam, supremacy. Cha, and Dehinam, over those who have material bodies. Sarvesham, of all. Lokapalanam, the predominating deities of all planets. Mahimanam, the glory. Yatha, just as. Atmanah, of yourself. Tapa yoga prabhavanam, of those whose power is obtained by austerities and the practice of mystic yoga. Yat, which. Na, never. Rishyati, is destroyed. Karhichit, at any moment, at any time. Translation. Grant me that I not meet death from any entity, living or non-living. Grant me further that I not be killed by any demigod or demon or by any great snake from the lower planets. Since no one can kill you in the battlefield, you have no competitor. Therefore, grant me the benediction that I too may have no rival. Give me sole lordship over all the living entities and presiding deities, and give me all the glories obtained by that position. Furthermore, give me all the mystic powers attained by long austerities and the practice of yoga, for these cannot be lost at any time. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Lord Brahma obtained his supreme position due to long austerities and penances, mystic yoga, meditation, and so on. Hiranyakashipu wanted a similar position. The ordinary powers achieved by mystic yoga, austerities, and other processes are sometimes vanquished, but the powers obtained by the mercy of the Lord are never vanquished. Hiranyakashipu therefore wanted a benediction that would never be vanquished. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 7th canto, 3rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Hiranyakashipu's Plan to Become Immortal. Om Gyantimirandhasya Dhyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I would really like to thank the Bhakti Sangha group and Shama Gauri Mataji for giving me this opportunity once more to meet all of you and discuss on Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is the greatest benediction that has been given to us. The Srimad Bhagavatam, when we discuss Srimad Bhagavatam together, not only the person who's speaking is benefited, but not only the people who are hearing, but also the person who are speaking is benefited. So I really wanted to thank you for this opportunity. We are discussing from the Canto 7, and I was seeing this picture of the Bhagavatam, and if you see this picture, it will really move you, because it looks as if, such a cruel person, and holding such a beautiful baby, and his face is like contorted with so much hatred, and he's looking with such hatred and anger towards such a sweet looking baby. And the shocking thing is that this baby is none other than his own son, and you can see the face of that child is completely, peaceful. There is no fear on the face, and you can see the amount of anger and hatred on the face of Hiranyakashipu. And by this we understand, this is like a clear depiction of the demoniac and the divine nature. And a whole chapter is being dedicated by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, explaining to Arjuna the difference between the demoniac and the divine nature, the nature of a devotee and a demoniac. As we all know, that since time immemorial, there has been these two natures, the divine nature and the demoniac nature. So the devotees and the demons, they have always been existing. It is just that in the Satyuga, they were in different planets altogether. And then in Dwapar Yuga, they came on the same planet. The divine and the demoniac people were on the same planet, so there were always conflicts between them. And in the Treta Yuga, it was in the same planet. And in Dwapar Yuga, it was in the same family. The divine and the demoniac people were in the same family. As we see in Mahabharata, you could see the demoniac nature of Duryodhan and the divine qualities of the Pandavas. They were in the same family. And unfortunately, we are the beings who are living in Kali Yuga, which is the most degraded of all ages. And here we see that the divine and the demoniac nature is there right within each one of us. And we all will agree that we all can experience the demoniac nature within us, even though we may be practicing Krishna consciousness since, decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, but it doesn't matter. as the decades go by, we are becoming more and more conscious that the demoniac nature, which we read in Bhagavad Gita every year, whenever we hear, you will see that all the qualities, you have those qualities within ourselves. In my own heart, we can experience the demoniac qualities, and sometimes you feel it's just below the surface. You just scratch the surface and the demoniac nature just springs out of us. So you all must have experienced it at one time, so as there's a very powerful statement that the greatness of a person or the divine nature of a person is revealed when on how he responds in provocative situations. And I think each one of us can say that under provocation, we all have experienced how the demoniac nature has come out, and the demoniac qualities of anger, lust, greed, and mainly pride and ego just comes out. It's just below the surface. We just have to shake the surface a bit and it just springs out. So there's a very funny, there is a very short, this which I saw, that example that is given, that when you squeeze an orange, what will come out? Orange juice, right? You'll never get apple juice out when you squeeze an orange. So it doesn't matter what fruit it is. As soon as you squeeze it, what comes out is what is inside that. So in this age of Kali Yuga, we all have this demoniac nature within ourselves, within our own soul, in our own being. So as we are squeezed like that orange, whatever is inside us, it comes out. But we have to really struggle and be aware of all these demoniac qualities that is there within us. That is the only way that we can really tackle them or, understand them. So Bhagavad Gita, that is the reason why Krishna has included one whole chapter on the divine and the demoniac nature, so that we can become aware of these qualities within our own heart. Just like in this verse, Hiranyakashipu, he is, as you know the history of this, that he has really, really worked hard. He has really worked hard to come to this point, this stage right now where we are reading, where he is standing right in front of Lord Brahma. It's like, imagine what we will have to do to go and even get an audience with Narendra Modi or the President of America. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be real hard work. So you may think that, oh, what is a demon? A demon is somebody who looks dirty, has got some dirty face, has got some, horns coming out of his head, big, long Dracula teeth. So that's not just exactly what a demon is. We have to understand very clearly by this that demons like Hiranyakashipu, they can be the most hardworking, the most, organized, planned person who's systematically working very, very hard to achieve something. Maybe like today's day and age, suit, boot, wearing very polished clothes. But what makes a person divine and what makes a person demoniac is the intention. What is the intention of Hiranyakashipu? Why is he working so hard, doing so many austerities, unthinkable austerities, which ordinary people cannot do? What is his intention? That is the main thing. The chapter says his whole plan, his whole intention was to become immortal. Now, what is wrong, you will say, in trying to become immortal? Again, it's the intention. The fact is that we are already immortal. as souls, we are, we are eternal by nature, and we are eternally part and parcel of Krishna. But his plan is to become immortal in the sense that he wants to continue enjoying in this material body. So that clearly shows that he is completely delusional. Each one of us, we are also in this demoniac delusion, that we really think that we can enjoy our senses or enjoy ourselves in this material body. But time and again, we realize, by our own experiences, how Krishna makes us realize that you can never become happy in this material. Till the time you are in this material body, you can never become, you can really never enjoy. There can only be suffering, one way or the other. As we already know, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik, Adhyatmik, these kleshas will always remain. But you can see that his intention is just to enjoy. So here he's obsessed about it, So he's really asking this benediction from Lord Brahma, because right now, you may think that, oh, he's worked so hard to come before Lord Brahma. So his intention is to, as a subordinate or with all humility, he is asking from Lord Brahma. But here, the fact that he's saying, that like you, at every time he's saying that I want to be like you. So the intention is not that he's thinking, that he's, that Lord Brahma is his like worshipable guru or something like that. It's more like he wants something what he has, Lord Brahma has. And that's one of the qualities of the demoniac quality. Just like there are so many stories of demons who worship Lord Shiva. There was this demon, Bhasmasur, and he, like Hiranyakashipu, worked so hard to, please Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, being a devotee, he is Ashutosh. He gets pleased very easily by, seeing somebody's sincerity or, austerities. He gets easily pleased. But this demon was so demoniac that as soon as he got the benediction from Lord Shiva, that he will, he'll get that power in his hand, that anybody he puts his hand on, his head will burst. And the first thing, as soon as he got that power, he started, out of his lust, he was, trying to take Parvati away from Lord Shiva. And poor Lord Shiva had to run from there, and he started chasing Lord Shiva because he wanted to destroy Lord Shiva and take Parvati so that he could enjoy her. So, and then ultimately we know the story how Lord Shiva went to Lord Vishnu and asked him for help, and Lord Vishnu smartly, tricked Bhasmasur, and just with words he confused him to so much that he put his own hand on his head just to check, and his head burst into pieces and he died. So this way you can see that demoniac people have this intention always to, covet or get what you want. They are not actually having this intention of any service. Rather, they want to have no rivals. So this is this line. Therefore, grant me the benediction that I too may have no rival. So he's seeing Lord Brahma more as somebody who has so much power. So, he has no rivals. I also want to be like him. So, it's like imitation. And Srila Prabhupada always says, don't try to imitate. We cannot imitate great devotees. We have to follow in the footsteps of great devotees. We cannot imitate and be exactly like, just to get power or just to get recognition or just to get some following. We have to follow in the footsteps, and there's a big difference in that, where we are following the footsteps so that we can, in the mood of service, be inspired by the great devotees. So this is the difference between the demoniac and divine nature. So he is actually trying to compete with Lord Brahma himself. Give me the sole lordship over all the living entities and presiding deities, and give me all the glories obtained by that position. It's like he's not even trying to hide, Of course, because he's a demon. For him, these things are of so much importance that he's like directly asking for these things. Glories, position, power. It's like all his austerities and all his efforts that he was putting, all the, he was literally had given up food, rest, and he was like on one foot, so much that an anthill had formed around his body. So this is like the height of austerities. But all that mainly because he wanted the most powerful position. So that means that the quality of demoniac people is that they will go to any extent, any kind of austerity, so that ultimately they get to a position where they can be so powerful that they can exploit other people. And as soon as they get the power, just like Bhasma, as soon as they get that benediction, their real thing comes out. Something which is deep inside, it's like starts coming out. And Krishna, that's the greatness of Krishna, and that's his mercy, that he does not tolerate pride, does not tolerate any kind of pride, and especially for his devotees, because we all must understand that all these qualities of trying to get power or trying to get a position is there in each one of us. We all as devotees, we see this, that sometimes devotees become so obsessed or so fixed on their particular service or their particular that unfortunately they just don't want to give up that place of power or place of this, and it can become very, very it can become very difficult or harsh for the other devotees. And the mercy of Krishna is that somehow he helps the devotees in one way, that somehow or the other that the pride is broken, or somehow or the other that service which is causing you to become so attached to that position, or the facilities that you get with that position, is always taken away. Sometimes, it is very, very painful when it happens when your service is taken away. But actually, then you have to understand and realize that actually it's Krishna's special mercy. Because if you become too attached to any service, then you will lose focus on the real purpose behind for what you're doing that service. And that is to please Krishna and to please the devotees, to please Guru. And if you lose track of that, and if you become so attached and so, proud, then what is the point? So Krishna always sees to it that he does not tolerate pride in the devotees, and he he puts the devotees in that situation where sometimes, you have to face these kind of situations where you have to lose your service or change your service. So here, very important thing, if you see in the last two lines, he is so intelligent, Lord Hiranyakashipu, though he is a demon, he is very, very clear, and he understands that there are certain mystic powers or certain abilities that you can achieve by which can never go away, which cannot be lost at any time. Because he knows that at the most, the siddhis and all these mystic powers, once you are not in that position, as soon as your pious credits are over, all those mystic siddhis will go away. Because it is according to how much pious credits or punya you collect, according to that you get those special powers or siddhis. But he is saying that I want those kind of powers which are obtained by austerities. He is also doing tapasya. He has done a lot of tapasya. And he is intelligent enough to understand the difference. That I want those powers which will not be taken away in time. And what are those? So Prabhupada is explaining here that the only thing that will never be taken away. He says the ordinary powers achieved by mystic yoga, austerities, and other processes are usually vanquished. But the powers obtained by the mercy of the Lord are never vanquished. So, the devotional service or bhakti is like the topmost and the most rarest form of of the process, yoga process, to connect with Lord, because the Lord will not give bhakti easily. Because every other kind of benediction or any other process will be destroyed in time, or will finish in time, but what we receive by the process of bhakti yoga is eternal, and what we receive is never going to be taken away. So I wanted to talk about how Hiranyakashipu made a very foolproof plan, like what you call it, with no loopholes. He didn't want to leave a single loophole, because he was very smart. He knew what to ask. He had studied and researched all the previous examples of all the demons who were killed. So he didn't want a single loophole, so he gave a very, very detailed this about how I should. In the previous verse, you can see he said that I should not die inside or outside, in daytime or nighttime, in the ground or in the sky, or by any creature created by you, nor by any weapon, nor by any human being or animal. He thought, he's thinking that, oh, I have researched and have kind of covered everything. He gave such a detailed, he wanted all these boons so that he can somehow or the other, he thought that I will become then so powerful, because he thought that if nobody can kill me, then that means I become God. I'll become like the supreme person, because I'll become immortal. So The first thing he asked Brahma directly was, I want to become immortal. But Lord Brahma said, I am also not immortal myself. I also have a beginning and an end. So how can I give you that benediction that you can become immortal? So he started using his brains that, okay, how can I then, defy death somehow or the other? If I put all these conditions, there will be no way that I can be killed. And that's the foolishness of, the demoniac people, is that they don't understand that there is only one supreme in this whole creation. There is only one person who has the complete power, and that is the Supreme Lord. And the funny part is that all these things, all these conditions he's putting is because he is competing with the Lord. He's thinking that by doing all these, getting all these benediction, I can trick even death. So we can understand that how Lord Vishnu is so supremely intelligent that he manages to keep each and every condition that Lord Brahma, the boon that Lord Brahma gave, he kept each and every condition, but at the same time he found all the loopholes, and using those loopholes, the Supreme Lord Vishnu took this amazing avatar, which is unheard of before and has never ever, even in the people had even not even imagined this form of the Lord, of half man and half lion, because he had said no human being and no animal created by Lord Brahma. So he, the biggest loophole is like to create a creature which is neither a human being nor an animal. That was like the smartest thing, So Lord Vishnu took this amazing form to find all the loopholes, and he came in this form to ultimately destroy Hiranyakashipu. Because Hiranyakashipu, he was doing everything. The next chapter is how he terrorizes the universe. He did everything to misuse his power, And that's the quality of a demoniac person, is that as soon as power comes, they start misusing. There's a way how you can use the power in your life. I can either for the service of service of the mankind, or you can use it in the totally negative way. So the most important quality is of a divine quality is ahimsa, and a demoniac person breaks that principle. The first thing, that they are very, very violent. They're very, very attacking, violent towards anybody who they feel that is going to be their rival. And unfortunately, for Hiranyakashipu, that the greatest devotee of the Lord was born as his own son. So you can imagine he was like challenged by his own son, because in his mind he thought that now I am God himself. He actually thought that there is no competition. I am God myself now. So in his delusion, he started, as you can see, that he became so violent towards his own son and his own beloved son. And you could see the change also, like as we were talking about this example, that in the beginning he felt so much affection for his son. And very affectionately he put Prahlad on his lap. But then as soon as he was challenged in some way, or he saw that his own son is not considering him or seeing him as God, he immediately kind of pushed that child away. And his inner demoniac quality, you can straight see in that picture how his hatred towards that child. And he is so delusional that he is giving this example of, in the Bhagavatam, he gives this example that if a hand becomes, gangrene, like, or is, if a part of your own body becomes gangrenous, or, dead, you have to cut it out, because otherwise it will affect your whole body. So his thinking was that because Prahlad is challenging him and not considering him as God and singing the glories of Lord Vishnu, he is to be destroyed, because he is like his own body part which has become putrefied. It has to be cut off and thrown. This is how his thinking was. So it's like so sad that the violence he showed on such a small child. He was just 5 years old. So this is very, very demoniac. Any person who can be so hateful or angry towards a small child, that's a very demoniac quality. So we have to be very careful that even as devotees, how sometimes this inner demoniac quality can come, where we start exploiting the most weakest, the most vulnerable people around us. And how can we do that? That we misuse the position that we have received, and you harm and you hurt and you exploit people who are under your care. That is the worst demoniac quality. Because people who are under your shelter are looking to you for care and protection. And them, if you exploit or abuse in any ways, physically, emotionally, that is the worst demoniac quality. So we all have to be completely aware and and be very alert to see that this does not happen, because that is the greatest injustice that we can do to anybody. So we can see that Hiranyakashipu, the last nail in the coffin, is that he became so proud and conceited and egoistic, that he actually started, torturing his own son. And the final most challenge, that he gave to his son is like, where is this person whom you're talking about? You are saying that Vishnu or the Supreme Lord can protect you? He has this big sword in his hand, and he's thinking that just because I have this sword in my hand, I can kill this weak child anytime. So he's challenging Lord Prahlad every moment. Where is he? Where is the person whom you think is your protector? You think he can come and save you from me? I have, he's ready to actually kill his child himself. And I think that, the acharyas also say that till then, Lord Vishnu was not really taking him, he was still giving him chance. But at that moment, when he was, ready to kill Prahlad himself with his own hands, that's the, the straw, last straw for Lord Vishnu. Because till then, Hiranyakashipu was just, trying to torture him, like asking his other soldiers to torture him, and Lord Vishnu was saving him at every time. But when Hiranyakashipu, the last moment, that's when Lord Vishnu decided, now it's time that Hiranyakashipu has to be destroyed, because now he's directly, threatening to kill my devotee, Prahlad. So it's as if just to protect Prahlad, Narsingadev appeared. Lord Narsingha took this amazing form, fulfilling all the conditions that Lord Brahma has given. And the only aim, his only intention of this beautiful avatar was that I want to protect my dearest devotee, Prahlad. And not even like, otherwise for him to kill Hiranyakashipu is like, it's in seconds he can kill Hiranyakashipu, however powerful he is. What he has no power before Lord Krishna, Vishnu. He cannot do anything. He could have ended him long back. But Lord Narsingadev appeared mainly because of his love for Srila Prahlad. And only because of his intention, his worry is to protect my devotee by hook or by crook. Instantly, and the challenge that Hiranyakashipu gave, that you say that he's everywhere, he's between each atom. Is he there in this pillar? Is he there here? Is he there? And he, out of his anger, he hit the pillar, he hit the pillar with the sword. Out of his frenzy of anger, he's just saying, is he here? Is he here? Is he in this pillar? And Lord Narsingadev, just to fulfill, just to protect his devotee, he appeared out of a pillar. He took this form and he appeared out of the pillar just to protect his devotee, out of his love for his devotees, and out of his feeling of anger and in how dare, it is like the worst injustice that you can do. And the Lord Vishnu immediately responded, in that moment of danger, to protect Prahlad. He couldn't tolerate. So it's like as if instantly he appeared from that pillar. And it was just like as if a lion plays with his prey, It was just, for a long time, he was just fighting, because Hiranyakashipu actually, even though he saw the fearsome form of Lord Narsingadev, he still thought that I can destroy him. He was still trying to, attack him with his sword. That's his foolishness. And within minutes, Narsingadev just completely destroyed and killed Hiranyakashipu right in front of Prahlad Maharaj. So, that is the extent of anger, that Lord Vishnu felt towards Hiranyakashipu. And the anger was so fearsome, because he was doing the worst sin of all. It's like your own child you are ready to kill with your own hands. That's the worst sin that he could do. So we can see that Lord Krishna also speaks in Bhagavad Gita, this verse where he says, what are the qualities of, and all these qualities we can see in Hiranyakashipu. Pride, arrogance, dambo, darpo, abhimanascha, krodha, parushyam evacha, ajnanam cha bijatasya, partha sampadam asurim. Pride, arrogance, conceit, anger, harshness, and ignorance. These qualities belong to those of demoniac nature, O son of Pritha. As we were discussing this whole pastime, we can see that all of these qualities, it's like one by one, we can see how it manifested in Hiranyakashipu. And we all should also be aware of this. It is not, as we know, that it is not that demoniac nature is only seen, in demoniac people. It is there in each one of us. So we have to be very, very alert and careful whenever we see any of these qualities within us. And each one of us knows that all these qualities we have in different percentages maybe, and they come out in situations or trigger points that we call in psychology. They are triggers. There are so many triggers that we all have. Each one of us has some different triggers, but Krishna sees to it that all these trigger points are pressed, and there will be people in our life who will trigger us. And that's when we have to be aware that what comes out of us. And we should be aware that, all these qualities, anger, conceit, arrogance, pride, ego, all these things we can actually experience at that time. So we have to be, as devotees, not live in this bubble. People, we have this bubble around our head thinking that once we become devotees, everyone is like so great. Everybody is a devotee like Prahlad and Dhruv. Everyone has, and even we start imagining ourselves to be like, a halo around the head. There's nothing like that. Everything, will come out, because all these things we have, since it's like we have spent lifetimes, and whatever stage we are today is only by the mercy of the devotees. It's only by some devotee who has taken out of the compassion, has given us this path of bhakti and has overlooked all these faults and has still given us this. That's why we are here. So we should understand that these qualities are there within us, and we should not think for once that, we are free from all that. So it is just a person who thinks that is an illusion. That is the biggest ignorance or illusion. So we have to be always aware, and the only way that we can become aware and also keep all these demoniac qualities in check, or we can overcome these, is by being in the association of devotees and remaining in the association of devotees, and continuing the Sankirtan or the chanting of the holy name, and discussing the scriptures and the Bhagavatam, because that is the only way we can become aware of all these things. And just like Hiranyakashipu put in so much effort and planning in achieving, what he wanted, but unfortunately his goals were material, because he just wanted to become powerful in a material sense. How much more planning and how much more attention and austerity we have to put in to reach our goals, which is spiritual goals, where we are aiming to overcome this demoniac side of us and completely taking shelter of our divine nature. Each one of us are living entities. We are spirit souls, and we have this quality of Satchit and Ananda, but we are not really connecting to our divine side. It's only because of that even though we are devotees, we are still, each one of us has our own suffering and our own struggles, because as we progress spiritually, you will see more and more of these qualities. You are able to see these demoniac qualities very clearly in yourself. and you know that you act on it also many times. But we should not become disheartened. It's because that we are not perfect, we are in the path of perfection. We are in the process of reaching that point where we will be in that stage when we are completely in connection with our divine nature, where we are completely in knowledge and of our divine devotee nature, and we are able to have that genuine connection with the Supreme Lord. But right now we are still covered, like there are layers and layers of cover, and we have to remove this layer by layer. So it will take a lot of time, and those layers will be removed only if you are in the association of devotees. If we are isolated on our own, not in the association devotees and serving, thinking that we can just purify ourselves by our individual effort of just chanting the holy names, that also can, backfire. We cannot just think that we can imitate the great Nitya Siddhas or the liberated souls who don't have to, who are so advanced, but even advanced souls need to be in the association of devotees. What to speak of us we are struggling at such a basic level. We can never think that without the association of devotees we can ever become even aware of our weaknesses and our demoniac qualities. Only when we are in the association of devotees we will be able to learn, become aware, and then even overcome. The greatness of association of devotees is that only the devotees can help us to overcome all our trigger points and all the qualities, the bad qualities that we have. Only they can help us to overcome. So we have to swallow our pride, swallow our ego, and take shelter of devotees in a genuine way whenever we need help. So this is the most important thing we can do in our Krishna consciousness, and this is the way forward in Krishna consciousness, to always remain in the association of devotees and chant the holy name and engage ourselves in the service of the Lord and the devotees. That is the most safest position, because from this story we learn that Rakhe Krishna Mare Ke, Mare Krishna Rakhe Ke. So this statement is so powerful, that if Krishna wants to protect you, who can destroy you? And if Krishna wants to destroy you, who can protect you? So with this, I would like to end my talk. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If there's any questions, we can discuss more.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Mataji, for a very nice class. That how you are explaining that demonic qualities are there in everyone in this Kali Yuga. Not even a single person is not having it. Maybe, as you said, that the level of the demonic quality is less and more. It depends, but then everybody has it one time or other time. We are trying to show it. That's really good. To get out of this is only the association of a devotees that can help us. That's really very nice, Mataji. And your last statement: if Krishna wants to protect someone, who can kill them, and if Krishna want to kill someone, who can protect him? Right? So beautiful. This pastime really shows us how Hiranyakashipu was making his plans to protect himself, but Krishna has his own plan to kill him. Such a nice class, Mataji. Thank you so much. We have a raised hand. Radha Jyoti Mataji, please go ahead, Mataji, with your question.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Danvat Pranam to you, Mataji. Thank you so much for the class. I was writing down, and one question raised. There is a temperament in our thinking. So, and we act as per our temperament, and it is very intensive. While giving a respond, we don't even halt for millisecond what reaction or what response we are supposed to give, and we are overpowered by our own desire to prove ourselves or overpower our thoughts or influence our thoughts over the others. So how we differentiate that with our consciousness, because temperament is very flickering and consciousness is what we conclude. So could you please teach on this, how to discriminate both the things?
Discriminate between the inner consciousness and our temperament.
Yeah, the conscious term and the temperament term, how we should differentiate.
See, each one of us has a particular temperament which we have, it's like our own inner nature, so that cannot be changed, in the sense that we, all of us, as Bhagavad Gita says, we are under these three modes of nature, and we act on it according to the modes of our nature: sattva, rajas, and tamas. But our inner spiritual nature, our consciousness, inner spiritual consciousness, is actually beyond these modes of nature. So, and each one of us, as I said, we are on the path of perfection, but we are not perfect. So we will time and again act on our nature, the lower natures that we have. There we all have our temperaments and our lower nature. So, we will act on it. And sometimes you all have experienced that without, even a second, we immediately react. And each one of us goes through that. But then what is the higher consciousness? What is the higher nature? Is when you realize that you have done this, are you able to beg for forgiveness? Are you able to humble yourself? Are you able to bring change? Or are you thinking in an arrogant way that, oh, whatever I did was right, I am right? So that's what is the inner consciousness we have to develop. We have to develop our inner consciousness of a higher nature, which is what bhakti teaches us. This path of bhakti teaches us to take a humble position, to be forgiving, and to also ask for forgiveness, be able to ask for forgiveness, keep our ego aside, cooperate. This is the higher consciousness. So at every moment and every situation in your life, you will get this choice, always what you are choosing. And the choice is only in your hands. Each one of us, the choice remains in our hand. Do you want to react, or do you want to, take shelter of your higher consciousness and take the humble position, or, take a back seat? Sometimes you will have to do that. And the more you do it, more we do it, gradually you will see that we are getting purified. And gradually you will feel, that we are becoming more and more able to overcome this lower nature of ours. And that is the effort each one has to put. All of us have to do it. Anything else, Radha Jyoti Mataji, would like to tell me? Maybe I don't know whether I understood your question properly.
Yes, Mataji, you're to the point, and thank you so much. I got the answer in only two terms. You mentioned that we have to put efforts in consciously. We have to address it consciously. That's how I could differentiate. Thank you. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna, Mataji.
conscious effort.
Yeah, I
I mean,
drawn from
like
that
I said, that
because
point now, sorry, you were saying something?
yes, Mataji, because what happens, I was observing few people whom I was observing the situations, and I was thinking non-devotee are not even, they are in very different state of mind, and the devotees are in different state of mind. At least devotee try to pinpoint or address, or they are trying to be aware at that particular moment, even though they can spoil that situation very easily. They are very, anybody can destroy the situation at any moment of time, but the way in which devotee responds, I hats off. I learned so much from them. That's what I was thinking, what, how they deal with their temperaments and consciousness, what exactly is happening. And now I understood that they are doing it consciously, the efforts are there. So thank you so much. I
Yeah,
learned
I was
so much.
saying in the lecture, I was giving that point that if Hiranyakashipu can put in so much effort he put just for the wrong purpose, how much effort should we all put for the right purpose?
So much true. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please go ahead.
हरे कृष्णा HG Sita, प्रिया माता जी, कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम. शिल प्रभुपाद, शिल गुरुदेव की जय, गोपीनाथ की जय. Professionally, you are a dentist, Mataji, but we have seen in that first you came in spiritual care department and teach us how to, we have to deal with the Vaishnava, especially in economic departments. And I have seen in spiritual care department that you are given a more time to spiritual department than your dentist professionally. And Chetna program, Mataji, you and Vishakha Mataji is working hard in Jagannath Yatra. When in Shri Radha Gopinath Jagannath Yatra, you go to the one by one all the groups and preach them, Mataji, and that is touch to heart. And so nicely sing bhajan, Mataji. Srimati Shri Radharani is given a so sweet voice that you sing so nice Vaishnav song to all of us, Mataji, and inspire us to do Srila Prabhupada Seva, Mataji. So many sevas you are doing in Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. You are a backbone, but you are always staying backside, never come in the front. Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam to your sincere Seva, Mataji.
I
And it
miss
is
you
just
so much, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. I'm missing you. I was wondering where you are.
in
Thank you
Atlanta,
for.
Mataji, from last 12 years.
I've been thinking where this wonderful devotee went away without even, and my heart is overwhelmed with so much love seeing you, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. I'm missing
Adikatar
you.
Prabhuji is here to take care of all of us. And Bhakti Sangha Mataji. Bhakti Sangha is not here. I don't know where I am in Bhakti. So all credits
I
goes
came
to
to Atlanta
Bhakti
in
Sangha.
September and I missed meeting you, Vrinda Gopika. I came only for one day.
And Rakhe Krishna, Mare Krishna, Rakhe Kon, that is touched to heart. And you said that Hiranyakashipu, in nowadays, Mataji, in Kali Yuga, घर में ही होते. In our heart also, in a devotee heart also, Hiranyakashipu, demonic is there, and in our heart also, and in every street you can see the Hiranyakashipu. And it is very hard to deal with them, or when it is in our home. But by the mercy of Shri Radha Gopinath, bhul the gayi maaf kar do, bhul the gayi maaf kar do, that is Gujarati word. Please forgive me, please forgive me if there is a mistake or not mistake. After so many years they also become devotee and they also started Ekadasi. This is the mercy of all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev Ki Jai. Thank you very much for training us in spiritual care department, Mataji. If you have time, can you please sing one Vaishnava song by the permission of all Vaishnava? Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam to your sincere seva. Hari Hari Gauranga.
I would love to sing really for you. I mean, do I have the permission? But like, if everyone is okay, I can sing a bhajan.
Yes, Mataji,
Yes,
please go ahead.
yes.
Go ahead, Mataji.
Just for my dear Vrinda Gopika, I'm so happy that I got to see you.
Bhakti Sangha Vaishnava Mataji, they are very special like you, very special. HG Priti Vilasini, HG Kirtira Sundari Mataji, all Bhakti Sangha teacher Mataji, if they are not here, I don't know where I am in Bhakti Mataji.
Yeah, that's true. I'm so fortunate I got a chance to meet all of them. So I will sing Ohe Vaishnava Thakura because we are so grateful to all the Vaishnavas. Ohe Vaishnava
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Thakura. Yeah.
Mataji, your screen is not proper. It's like, tilted. Can you just turn again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idase Koruna Kori Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idase Koruna Kori Diya Pada Chaya Shodoi Samay Tomara Charana Dhori Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idasi Koruna Kori Chaya Begadomi Chaya Dosha Sodi Chaya Guna Dihudase Chaya Satsanga Chaya Satsanga Dehoe Amare Goshichi Sangirashi Ohe Vaishnava Thakura Doyara Sagara Idase Koruna Kori Ekaki Amara Nahi Paya Bala Harinama Sankirtane তুমি কৃপা করি তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নামধানে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগরা ইদাসে করুণা कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा दीते पारो तुम्हारा शक्तियाचे आमी तो कंगाला आमी तो कंगाला कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली दैतवा पाची पाची ओहे वैष्णव ठाकुरा दयार सागरा इदासे करुणा कोरी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Koti Koti Dandvat Pranam, behalf of all Bhakti Sangha teachers and all Vaishnava.
Thank you, Mataji, for very beautiful singing. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Is there any more questions? I have one chat realization, Mataji, I want to read for you. Mitravinda Mataji is saying that, one second, I will just read that. Beautiful points about the inner demonic nature. Thank you so much for the wonderful class. And Vrinda Gopika Mataji is also thanking in the group. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class and very nice question and a session and nice bhajan at the end. Very grateful to you. And dear devotees, please don't leave the call after Mataji. We offer our obeisances to Mataji. We would like to read today Ekadasi Mahatya after we give our obeisances to Mataji. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ha Grace Sita Devi Mata ji
HG
ki
Sita Priya
jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Koti Koti Dandvat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you,
Jai
Mataji.
Shri
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hari
Mataji.
Bol.
Koti Koti Dandvat
I'll be coming to US
Pranam.
in April. I wanted to let everyone know that I'll be coming to US in April.
Radharani
So
ki jai ho.
I'll be landing in New York and then I'm still planning. So please, anyone would like to get in touch with me, please you can get in touch. I would
Mataji,
really
we don't
love
have your
to.
phone number, Mataji.
Yeah.
Can you please
Yeah,
share with the
Shyama
Vinita
Gauri
Gandharvika
Mataji has.
Okay. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji.
Shyama Gauri Mataji has. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Whoever
Thank you.
would like to contact.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.